Percents. If you look at this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Percent means per 100. Cent as euros and dollars, or as the word century means 100. So that's what we're going to look at. So far, you've looked at fractions of amounts. We're now going to look at the connection between percents and fractions. Here, you've got 1 out of 100, so that would be called 1%. And then you've got one strip. Remember, a strip's 10, so that's 10%. And 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, so you've got 50%. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 25%. You've got 3 sets of that, so it's 75%. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13%. So you can get all different patterns. So let's go through 1%, 5%, 50%. So you should know 50% from before. And then your 25% might not look the same as what you've thought before, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you could move them around to get that nice fraction that looks like a quarter. So that's what we're going to do. Look at ones that you need to know of by heart. 10, 20, 30, 43%, and 10% again. Let's start connecting it to the fractions that you do know. So this is 1 out of 4, so this is a quarter. 1 out of 2, you know that's half a pizza if we want to go down the food route. And 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 out of 10. And then lastly, 1 out of 5. So if you notice, the smaller the number at the bottom actually gives you more. So if we talked about food and pizzas again, if you had half a pizza, you would have more to eat than a quarter of the pizza. So let's see which matches which. We're going to have a look at which fraction goes together with which one. Okay. Here we have 10 out of 100, so that can be written as that. Here we have 2 strips, which is 20, so that's 20 out of 100, which can be written like that. And then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, you can see, you might know what that is instantly, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. These are all special, and we can actually make these simpler fractions. So if we divide both by 10, you can take the 0 off, and then that means 10% is a tenth. 20%, you can take the zeros off and get 2 tenths, but actually that reduces further to a fifth. And can you see the bold lines I've put there? So I've put it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections to show you it's like a fifth. 50%, how many 50s are in 100? 2, or take the zeros off, divide by 5, and you get a half. And lastly, I'm hoping you can see that's a quarter. It's quite nice. So we've got 10%, 20%, 50%, and 25%. That goes with the tenth, the fifth, the half, and the quarter, so that you've got a visual idea about them. So we have 10% is 10 out of 100. And then if you reduce that down, you get the zeros cancelling down and you get 1/10. So you can see that 10% looks like this visually and reduces to a tenth. We are now not going to have any pictures, but we're going to use this fact. 20% is the same as 20 over 100. Divide by 10, so you get 2 tenths, which is handy to know as well, and then reduces to a fifth. So now we're going to use the fact 20% is a fifth. You know that this is a half, but I'll just go through it. You could divide by 10, and then you could divide by 5, or you could go straight to a half. And then you know this is a quarter, you could divide by 5. So I'm just showing you that you could go through different routes, but wouldn't it be easier just to remember 25% is a quarter? So let's go through it again. 10% without using all of these is a tenth. 50% you should know is a half. 25% is a quarter, and 20% is 2 tenths or a fifth. Now let's see if we can use them. So 50% is a half. So that means you can divide by 2. So you could do that instantly. What's half of 120? You can divide by 2 this way, and you get 60. If you want to see how I got that, then I didn't use the 1, and I carried the 1 over. 2 into 3 goes 1, remainder 1, and then you get 2 into 16 is 18. Look at this one though, for £7 I don't have enough information there. I need to write it as 7.000. You might know half of £7 instantly, but I'm just showing you if you had issues and bigger numbers. 2 into 7 goes 3 times, remainder 1, and then 2 into 10 is 5. Half of £13 you might be able to do in your head, but if not, 2 doesn't go into 1, we'll carry the 1 over. So 2 into 13 goes 6, and remember to carry the extra 1. 25% is now a quarter. So if you know it's a quarter, you divide by 4. 4 into 12 goes 3, so 4 into 120 goes 30 times. You can carry over the 1 if you want, but I'm sure you can do that mentally. 4 into 36 goes perfectly 9. There's no reason to carry over because you know 4 9s. And then look, I do again 7.000. So 4 into 7 goes once, remainder 3. 4 into 30 goes 7 times, which is 28, remainder 2, and then I get 5. A quarter, 4 into that, 4 3s are 12, so that would leave me with 1. 4 2s are 8, leaves me with 2, and 4 into that goes 5. 10% is a tenth. You don't necessarily have to write it as divide by 10. You could write it as a tenth, and you know from the last lesson that when you divide by 10, you can consider the zeros and get 590. What happens when you don't have a 0? You have to divide and it decreases in size. So how many tens are in 30? 3. How many tens are in 40? 4. So how many tens are in between at 36? It must be 3 and a bit. So what happens? You move in a place and you get 3.6, but it's money, so you write £3.60. Here I'm going to write this as 7.00 again. So if you divide by 10, you move in a place. So it gets smaller and it goes to 70 pence or 0.70. Divide by 10, move in a place. You wouldn't write 1.300, you just write £1.30. Yeah. 20% can go to a fifth. We're going to talk about other ways to do this next time, but for just now we're going to use a fifth. So if we have a fifth, then we can see I've lost my line there. Look at that. Oh dearie dearie. We'll just have to deal without the line. Okay, so it goes 1, remainder 1, and we get 3. Come on, line. Nope, it's not having it. Okay. 5 into 2 won't go, so we carry the 2 over and we get 4. We'll carry 2 more over and then we'll get 4 more, and then we've got nothing to carry, so we get 1. 5 into 7 goes 1, remainder 2. 5 into 20 goes 4, and there's nothing left over. And lastly, 5 into 4 doesn't go, so take the 4 over, so that goes 9 times, and then 5 into 5 goes once. Okay, got the idea? So now you're going to try you're going to try lesson 2, task related to 50%, 20%, 25%, and 10%. You're not using a calculator, and you're going to try and use division to do this.